Hello, BUS 1430, Desktop Publishing, Presentation and Application. So, this is just the snippet for today that will hopefully help you in the coming days and the coming weeks. Going over a few things that may help you to improve your grade and just showing you some different resources that you may use when it comes time to it. Okay, so now remember, always do your discussion boards. Why? They are really much value in them. Their value. They account for so many points of your grade. So look at your syllabus to get an awareness of that and so forth. Remember that we always have, here's some discussion boards that you can see that we've done already. The introduction, how to do your get organized. How do you get organized? Valuing customer service, accepting criticism and being coachable, workplace ethics, making ethical choices, performance evaluation, and so forth, which will be your QEP that will be coming up and be due on the 28th. So back to your discussions. Remember to make one post of a discussion with your classmates and so forth. And then coming up, then we will potentially summarize chapters and so forth for discussion boards in our segment with our InDesign in Adobe, So this is the back screen of mine that you guys see on my end. This is what you see. So when you click on your virtual session, always use, if you need help, you can always come in on Wednesdays 5 to 7 p.m. Okay, and then you can come in on Thursday 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. And just remember, requesting, if you need a personal session virtually, we can set that up as well too. You will still use that left panel and whatever session that has been created or was currently open, you will click on it, and then from there you will join it and so forth. Okay, so those are your areas and so forth. That's your discussion board. So now I'm going to go in up under as a student. I'm going to go in as a student. And why I'm going to go in as a student? Because this is the process and hopefully will help you be successful. So if I was navigating to say, what should I do next and so forth, I'm going to go to my learning unit. But I see I have assignments, discussion boards, I got a grade book and other information, which you can click on that and see. Here is your actual announcements that you can see in the last few days, which I'm going to post an announcement. And this little snippet video will be an announcement, but it also should be posted in your lessons in that learning unit. So I will go to my learning units. And I see here are my learning units. Hey, I got some BS 1430 desktop publishing information, which you did already, taking your quiz all the way to your smart measure. Here's your virtual learnings here. So you say using your left panel, virtual office and learning session. Here's your days and so forth, but also you can call in and use a pen. Those are that information as well. So now I end up opening back some sessions because some students been having some technical issue. So you have Unit 3 open, Learning Unit 3, Effective Presentation for Development. It was due on the 30th, but I have extended it. So therefore, if it's still open, you can actually do the information. So here is my Unit 6, where we are currently at as well. So in this folder, it's telling you what is available. It's due 2/20/2023 by 11:59. So what does it tell you to do? Read your chapter. And your chapter is customizing a presentation, and the pages are 330 to 380. And this is the ebook, which I will show you. It says study your PowerPoint presentations and video, which I will show you as well too. That's in your MyItlab. Do your hands-on. So your hands-on is built in your e-textbook. If you bought a physical book, you can still look on those pages, 330 to 380, and you will see the hands-on assignments that you are required to do and upload, because you will get a grade for that. Then you will complete in the MyItlab, you will do your simulations, training, and so forth. And it says unlimited attempts. And I'm going to show you some learning aids that if you haven't figured out, you will see that as well. Then you have your chapters, grade, or projects to attempt. You got some multiple choice quizzes. You have key terms quizzes and so forth. Then you will have a skills assessment. You got a skills exam that you should take, and we will go through that. And then if you have a chapter discussion, remember it has to be a post of at least a minimum of 4 complete sentences. Do not just say I agree or disagree and so forth, replying to a classmate. So make sure you always read all your information. And this is just your Pearson support information, that if you need to file a claim or a help desk ticket and you're having issues with your software and or computer, they will be able to help you and so forth. So remember, every time you see a link, that means it takes you to a website and or a video. Or every time you see like a book here, this is books, it says it's a link and you could physically go inside the learning unit. So when I click on the learning unit, I can page through. It has 6 pages. So here's my paging, and it's a duplication of what needs to be done for the actual chapter for the learning unit. And then here's your discussion board here that you click on your video, and from there you will see what your video is, and you can do your initial response, but this says 2 responses and so forth. Go back and double check that, but make sure you make a response. Make sure you make a response. Okay. Then it goes into, hey, this is information, how it can help, how to complete a My Graders activity. So you play this video and you could physically look at the video, and it tells you what to do in your grader and so forth, how you to download the information, get the instructions, and from there start working on your project. Okay, so I'll go back. Okay, so then I'm gonna go to my page 5, and then it goes where it says, hey, I'm a log on, but however, this is my log on, so I'm not going to go in this way because I see it's not working as efficient, but your username and password should come up. And that being said, this is the particular link here that you can save. So if Blackboard goes down, you should be able to still log in up under the Pearson. And then we will go to look at, this is your hands-on, what you're going to be dropping in the box for me. In the actual hands-on box, this P0H1W Falls template, the P0H2 Road Trip album, and then the P05H Falls, and so forth. That's what you're going to be dropping in the box for me. Remember, if it has a 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, do all the subsequent assignment. It is saving, and therefore I want all of that information. So now I've read everything. I need to go to the actual MyItlab. So I'm going to click on the MyItlab. And so with me going to the MyItlab, it says, what can I do? Look at the calendar, my IT work. This is the e-textbooks. Let me see if my e-textbook actually works. So here, I'm going to click on it. So it comes up. Let's see if it comes up to my IT book. And this is where you can see your book. This is where you can see your book. You can click on your table of contents, and then you can go down and find the particular chapter that you need to be working on. So let's go down and find the particular chapter. So it's customizing presentation. So here is in 5. So when I go through 5, then I can go through and says, hey, this is working with your slide skills and so forth. Then it tells you the objectives which you're going to be working with, slide master, master layouts. You're going to be working with handouts and notes for your master, template, slide master as a template, and this your hands-on exercise. And this is a photo album. It says, and also your photo album options and editing the photo, and then your hands-on exercise that continuously keep building, which is your hands-on assignment again. And then is your hyperlinks and your action buttons that you will be adding to your hands-on. Inserting and using hyperlinks, working with actions and action buttons. And then the final project will be your hands-on exercise. So let's look at the hands-on. Say you have read your book, okay, and it takes you through. You read your book, and how can you read your book and so forth? You can physically sit down and read your book, or you can actually have the book read to you as well. So let's go back and we can turn on that so you can see that feature just in case that you don't have that. So let's look. I'm going here and I want to make sure that my book is being read to me and so forth. I want to show you guys that feature. Okay, so the feature. Okay, so I'm gonna click here. So I just closed that out. But if I wanted the book to read it to me, and so audiobook, and then I can actually press. Okay, so that being said, you can have that book read to you as well. But here's the handout assignment. So you click here, and then it's going to give you instructions, which you could read it to you. Okay, so that's your embedded video. So when I click on this video, it's just going to teach you the information that you will be doing in the handout that you can apply. It's walking you through. You can slow it down or speed it up. So this is an 8-minute video that it walks you through. So that's embedded within your e-text as well. But then these are your steps that you will start creating the information yourself. It says you have a folder in which you have saved images for the road trip. In this step, you will be adding. So you need to go and find the actual create a folder because it's going to be from scratch. Okay, then it says open a new blank presentation. Go to insert, go to photo album, and then you insert your images and so forth. So all I would do is go to, here's the example. I'm going to go to PowerPoint, and then I'm going to open up my PowerPoint because this is the actual hands-on. Close that up. I was doing an assignment, so, and then it says I need to insert tab. I need to click on the blank presentation. I'm going to blank presentation, and then from blank presentation, I will, from the blank presentation, it said the insert tab, insert, and then I need to go to photo albums in my image group, photo albums, okay. And then I'm going to locate wherever my files is supposed to be and so forth. So that's the picture steps that is showing you what you need to do and so forth. So that's just, and then you go down file and this, and then you look for this file P5H2 and so forth, album, and your media files. So that's located. Okay. New album. File this. So where would I go and look for that? It should be up under my files where I save my information at and so forth. Let me see if I can find these files and so forth. But I put them on in your student resources where you can go and find these files and so forth. If not, you can go to download the files as well too. And it is 2019, and it's your student data files, and I need 5, and I need my album files that it's talking about. I think it's my media, and these are the files. So let me see, does it say I need all of them? Let's see if I can click just a few, and then I can insert and see how they come through, and then you start moving them as such. Okay, let me put in the rest of them. And that's the video that is actually teaching you what to do. And then you create your album and so forth. So that's your hands-on that you will be walked through in 3 different sections within this e-text book. That's how you will get to that. So now that's your hands-on that it walks you through the whole thing. See your hands-on ones, you learn your hyperlinks, and you got some key matching terms and so forth. So it's going to walk you through everything using your hands-on presentation. If you haven't done the others, so you will have an opportunity to go back and do your 4, refine, manipulation, objects, and presentation. 3, presentation enhancement, organization, presentation content. 2, which is your effective presentation development, enhancing a presentation with the design and media, and your introduction to PowerPoint, creating a blank. And you will just click on each of them and find the hands-on information for you to do. Okay? So now I will go back to my MyItlab, and that was me going in the e-text book. Okay, but then I can go to the IT, which is my assignments. These are my assignments that it physically comes up. And I'm going in as a student, so it comes up exploring Microsoft. So when it comes up exploring Microsoft, here is my chapter 5. Here's my chapter 5. It's customizing a presentation. Then I click on it. So it has activities here, but these are student resources. So if you say, oh, my e-textbook don't work, here's some student data files for you here that you can go and download as well as your presentation. You can look at PowerPoint slide, and these are videos you can go and look at as well too. You can go and look at, but this is your e-text as well. So when you click on your e-text, here is the book that really should come up as well too. That's the same book that I was working through with the presentation, that you can still do the same thing that I was doing and navigate to it. Okay, you see that? It's the same book that if you can't navigate from that point. So then I can go back just to PowerPoint presentation up here, clicking back, and go to my activities. And then for my activities, I can do all of my simulations. I will do all of my simulations. Okay, so how many simulations do you have? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that is your simulations and so forth that you can do. So then I can go back once again and then click on activities, and then I can look at my grader. So my grader projects, these are the 2 grader projects you should be doing: your CAPS survivor solution and the hands-on that you should do. So when you click on either one, but I'll click on my hands-on first, and then it's going to take me to the actual website to download your materials. These are your steps, and once you have made your changes, you upload the information, choosing your file, and then you submit it for grading. You will submit it for grading, and that's how your grader projects are done. So we can go back another step, and then I will look at my end of the chapter. So what I'm going to do, my multiple choice and key terms and so forth. Now, and then prepared files and your exam instructions. That's information to do. So that's it. So you can go to the to do. A lot of people goes through the to do section, which is fine, but this is a lot to look at once and so forth for me, but everybody can make their choice. And then you scroll down and you keep showing more and so forth. You keep showing more. And once you finish, then you can upload the information and so forth. So then you can go back and you can be done. Just a little snippet of information to help you improve your grades with the hands-on. So just remember, you can come to a virtual session on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Wednesday from 5 to 7 p.m. Thursdays 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. You can send an email potentially for a personal session if that is required. We can set that up for you if all schedules align. Be well and keep the focus.